Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. As a matter of fact, I'm going to see Crystal Poche at Restored Motions today. I practice what I preach. You better believe I'm going to see her again. Erica and I are going with some friends to Napa the week of Mardi Gras. So before I get on a plane, fly for 4 hours and go 2 time zones away and sleep in a hotel bed for 4 nights, and you better believe I'm going to make sure Crystal got me feeling right. So, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. All right. How are you? Hope everybody's doing great. Couple things percolating today. A lot of things, actually. Busy day. So, talked a good bit about it on AFR Tuesday. Sean Payton poaching some Saints assistants, man. We already knew about Zach Streif. He's going after 2 more offensive assistants now, including Declan Doyle. And he is interviewing Ronald Curry for the OC job there in Denver. Curry also interviewed for the OC job in Tampa. So, assistant who's been with the Saints for a while now, since 2016, 9 years in the NFL. And it's time. It's time for him to take that step. It's just a matter of, where will it be? And, of course, if he becomes the OC in Denver, he's not going to be calling plays. Sean Payton's going to be calling plays. But, the Saints, I don't know that you can retain an offensive assistant when he gets an opportunity to be a coordinator elsewhere. So, anyway, LeBron broke the scoring record last night, broke Kareem's scoring record, stayed up and watched it. I didn't think he was going to do it last night. I thought he would do it against Milwaukee, but had a big night last night. And actually in the third quarter, I was checking the score, and I knew he needed 36 points to break Kareem's record. So last night, 10-30, something like that. I just checked the score, and the box score, LeBron was at 25 points. I was like, oh, he's going to do it tonight. It's about 8 minutes to go in the third. I'm like, oh, he's going to do it. So put on the game and watched it. It's cool to see, man. I always say I don't care if you like the player or don't like the player. It's cool to see history. So, Kareem's record stood for 40 years. He broke it in 1984. So his record stood for almost 40 years, 39 years. So, LeBron ain't done playing. He may put enough distance between himself and whoever's next that they may never be touched. You'd have to have someone come in at 18 as a prodigy and play for 20 plus years at that level to have a crack at it. So anyway, so it was pretty cool to watch either way. Pels won last night, their 3rd straight. Great to see. And LSU basketball tonight at Mississippi State. See if tonight's the night they finally get back in the win column. So, all right, y'all, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. Appreciate you for being here as always. YouTube, please smash that like button. If you're new, please subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. Kelly Gross, good morning. Jason Horn, good morning. #ShoeGang, #TeamDrew. David Coslin, what's up? Brant Roban, morning Scone. I'm in desperation mode. I was planning on flying down to Baton Rouge, but I missed out on the day tickets were released for LSU Tennessee when they were at face value. Now they are triple the price or more on other sites. Does anyone in here have any chance of snagging me 2 tickets for the series matchup? Are you talking about for all 3 games or just for one of the games? Brant, the other thing I'll tell you too, man, is generally speaking, I know if you're going to fly down here, you may not want to take this chance, but generally speaking, if you just walk outside the box on a given game day, you'll find someone with tickets in the air. You know what I mean? You'd be able to snag them, but that's a chance you have to take, obviously. Tony Williams, Brett McMasters. What's up, Brett? Good morning. Ryan Amanda Gidry, good morning. Deborah Cowart, good morning, Matt, and congratulations. Thank you, man. Jamie Honore, Matt Godwin, thank y'all. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, so a little news yesterday. Guarantee named me the program director at 104.5 ESPN, which is very exciting. The station has done really well for many years, and as a result, oddly, there just hasn't been a person whose job has been be the caretaker of this station. Manage the programming, manage the air talent, do all that sort of stuff. Everyone just sort of existed as at their own, and I think there's a lot of ways that we can run more efficiently that maybe even the audience isn't aware of, but more efficiently, be more profitable, and I'm excited about it, man. Y'all know this, but AFR has literally been on air. We were the first show. My voice was the first one on that station, so. It's strange because we started, with one little 5,000 watt FM station when we were just 104.5 ESPN, and nobody knew what it was, who we were, or anything at all. I was 27 years old, and we have grown that brand into one of the most respected sports talk brands in the country. People know 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. It's really, really cool. So, I'm excited to be able to be in a role where I can work toward pushing us forward for future years. So thank you. Let's see. Hey, Wendell Norman, what's good? Shane O'Mac, thank you, man. Congrats on the promo and being T-Bob's boss. Carlos Blonde, good morning. That's right, you better not step out of line. And by the way, a lot of people have asked, nothing's changing with the lineup. AFR is not going anywhere. I'm still doing my show. Lineup is staying exactly the same. So there, especially immediately, there probably won't be things in the immediacy that as the audience that you would notice differently. So hopefully it's a lot of small things that help improve your listener experience, even if you don't recognize it. So let's see. Brandon Tilley, good morning, Matt. LeBron breaks the record with his signature shot, just like Kareem. Cool to see. Yeah, so LeBron from the left elbow, a little fadeaway midi, which was pretty cool. Contested as well. So it was cool to see, man. It rocked the headband last night as well. And they stopped the game. It was like 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. They stopped the game, and they ran a video, honoring LeBron. And then he had a microphone, and Adam Silver and Kareem came out there, and they gave LeBron a mic. And if you haven't seen it yet, LeBron dropped an F-bomb live on TV. Oh man. Devin Kelly, good morning. Let's see. LeBron isn't the greatest scorer of all time. He's the greatest accumulator of stats of all time. He's simply benefiting from longevity. LeBron could barely shoot at first. Right, Devin, and that's why he deserves a tremendous amount of credit for developing as a shooter. I mean, and you can't, brother, I'm going to tell you, bro, you cannot downplay that man. He is the greatest scorer of all time. No one has scored more than he has. So you could say it's a stat accumulation, brother, but there ain't many people that play in the NBA for 20 years and played at that level. So you ain't got to like the guy. He ain't my favorite. But you got to respect what he's been able to do, man. That's incredible. Jesse Brown, you cannot like him. You can think there were other greater players than him. And I do, by the way. But man, you can't deny that. I mean, to be at that level for as long as he has is incredible. It's amazing. I mean, many people thought Kareem's record would never be broken. You better give that man some credit. Like, come on now. Don't let your personal feelings about LeBron get in the way with giving that man the credit he deserves, bro. Jesse Brown, morning, Matt, read a report Carr is visiting the Saints. Do you think anything comes from that? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that on AFR today. It's not surprising me that the Saints would pursue Derek Carr. Now, they're not going to trade for him. If they trade for him, I'll lose my mind because you're not going to give up assets to bring in Derek Carr and that contract. So if he's cut, if he's cut and you want to sign him, cool. But I also think he's going to have suitors. So is New Orleans the most attractive destination? Maybe not. Let's see. Hunter Broadhead, Brian Wynn, thank you, man. Reed Rule, morning, PD Scone. I wish Payton could have poached Carmichael so Saints can start fresh on offense. Well, remember, Reed, worth reiterating. You can't leave you can't make a lateral move in the NFL. So Pete Carmichael couldn't just leave for the OC job in Denver. The Saints would have to let him go. If the Saints wanted to let him go, fine. And I'd actually be okay with that at this point. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Patrick Ramos, did you see AD pouting on the bench when LeBron broke the record? I did not. Matt Plavidal, morning, Matt, was not a happy camper yesterday. Got called in on my day off. Only have one day off, so that's what angered me. But hope your day was good. My day was really good, Matt. Thanks, man. Hey, man, there's always positives, right? You made money. You got air in your lungs. You got a good job. There's positives, man. I hear you, though. Hey, Dad, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Brad David, who do you think was a worse public speaker, Les Miles or Ogeron? Les. Les just never wanted to give away anything, you know. But he could be entertaining. Ed was just Ed, you know. Jason Mobile, thank you, man. Terry Ducote, boy, I bet the Saints can't wait to throw 2 first-round picks at that bum Carr. God, I hope not. That would be my concern, Terry. West Bullich, Cam Thomas, and Fuego. Yeah, man, another 40-point night for Cam Thomas yesterday. That's 3 straight 40-point games. He's the youngest player in NBA history to score 40 in 3 consecutive games. Incredible. Let's see. Devin, props on the PD promotion. Hope there comes a nice bump in salary. Sure. It ain't like it's going to change my life, put it to you that way. I'm more just happy to do the job. Like, I'm happy to be able to take some active role in helping move the station forward. Spurge, thank you, man. Brian Hill, good morning, Matt. Wanted to get your thoughts on the news of Derek Carr visit the Saints. Yeah, so we talked about it a little bit, Brian. I mean, I think Derek Carr at 32 years old is in a very similar position that Andy Dalton was at 32 when the Bengals cut ties with him. At some point, you have to ask, why is the team that drafted you and invested nearly a decade in you, the team that knows you best, letting you walk? They clearly see that they're not going to win a championship with you. So I don't think this is a situation like where you got 25-year-old Drew Brees, right? Back in 2006. So, is Derek Carr today a better option than Andy Dalton today? Yes. Are either of those quarterbacks winning you a Super Bowl? No. So if you want to bring in Derek Carr as your bridge quarterback and draft a guy the next couple drafts and hope that you land on whoever your guy is going to be for the next decade, okay. But I cannot trade for Derek Carr. Ronnie Dugas, congrats. Now you get to fire Musso for real. Trivia, is Jordy coming back? Jordy's not coming back. Randall Offreg, morning Scone. Do you share the same feeling Sean Payton in blue and orange? Seeing Sean Payton in blue and orange, why do you think Sean really loved the Saints? Well, I mean, we know I love the Saints. He was burned out and wanted to take a year off. So he took a year off. He disengaged. He was, went to California with his newly married wife, and did TV but missed football. I mean, Randall, Sean Payton leaving the Saints was never a surprise, man. Like, I'll repeat this, but we talked about that with Mike Detillier for 10 years. Sean Payton's a Bill Parcells' disciples. He's never seen himself as a lifer. Parcells did the same thing. He won Super Bowls with the Giants, went and did TV for a couple of years, got back in, coached the Patriots, coached the Jets, left again, got back in with the Cowboys. Like, I mean, Sean Payton is probably going to do exactly what Bill Parcells did. I don't think he's going to spend the rest of his career at Denver. So, what it is, man. Be grateful for the 16 years you got. Go Tigers, what's up? Matt Plavidal, morning. Can you recommend a restaurant in New Orleans that you like? Buddy's coming in town for a meeting. Want to take him somewhere. He lives in Florida, but don't know what he prefers to eat. Yeah, I guess it depends what you're looking to eat. That's the tough part, right? I love Liuzza's if you want Italian food. They're closed on Mondays, so make sure you check on that. Redfish Grill on Bourbon Street is fantastic. If you want an awesome Cajun seafood meal, Creole food, Redfish Grill. It's part of the Brennan's family. I mean, you could always do Giacomo's or other New Orleans staples that are just fantastic places like that. A couple of suggestions. All right, smash that like button if you would. On YouTube, Facebook, please like the page, share the post. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. I'd love to give you that free, no obligation roofing inspection. All that awful weather, the last 2 weeks, man. 2 really bad storms. Let us come take a look at your roof. Free, no obligation roofing inspections. Restored Motions, going to see Crystal Poche after I drop off Drew at school. So restoredmotions.com and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Matthew Garner, good morning. Does the promotion affect the amount of content you could put out? Matthew, not as of now. We'll see how it goes. And honestly, I think these first couple of weeks, as I transition into that role, are probably going to be the busiest because I'm just doing a lot of meetings. Just meetings on top of meetings on top of meetings. But but if it's not affecting me now, I don't think so. Truax, what's good, man? Jamie Honore, bring back whiskey and wine from home. Forget T-Bob. Not happening. Don Juan has been an awesome partner. The show is staying at Don Juan, and T-Bob will be on whiskey and wine for as long as he wants to be. He's perfect for it. Like the contrast, the contrast in our personalities is absolutely perfect. There's a lot of people who watch because they like my style. There's a lot of people who watch because they like his style, and that show's going nowhere. Like, you don't mess with something that's not broken. I get it. Whiskey wine's not for everybody, but there is just nothing that does the type of digital performance that show does. So that ain't getting touched. Paul Losi, what's up? Ira Fields, feel like the Saints are bringing back the 2014 Oakland Raiders. God help us. Sean Donnellan, congrats, brother. Been listening to you since Fast Hour. Josh Matt, haven't missed a beat. My best to you, E-Rock, and beautiful Drew. Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much, man. The whole Fastest Hour days, man. It feels like a different lifetime sometimes. What really feels like a different lifetime is my WIBR days. That's, if people tell me, hey, I remember you back with Ed Buggs and WIBR, now you're a true OG. There's not many people walking around out there that remember me from my news talk days. But thank you, Sean. I sincerely, man, to listen since Fastest Hour, man. Let's see. Thank you, Jeff Richmond. Appreciate that. Bubba Smith, good morning. Let's see if we can get to a few more here. We've got just a couple minutes. Clint, good morning, Matt. I think Derek Carr would be a great fit. Absolutely capable of being a franchise quarterback. Nobody thought Drew Brees was till he came to New Orleans. Yeah, again, Clint, the biggest difference there is Derek Carr's 32 years old. Drew Brees was 25 when he came to New Orleans. And I think Derek Carr has been a franchise quarterback for almost a decade in Oakland and Las Vegas. He just hasn't been one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL that's going to get his team over the hump to a Super Bowl. And I don't think it's going to happen now at 32 years old. Ryan Pike, Pell's back. Betting the money line for the foreseeable future. Okay. Oh, maybe not against the Cavs. Cliff Nelson, what's going on? Yeah, Oliver Twist tonight. Thank you, Cliff. Yes, so Scone and Tea tonight, 7 o'clock. Oliver Twist on Perkins. I hope to see a lot of y'all there tonight coming out. If you can't join us live, watch on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Reed Rule. To me, nothing was more fitting of LeBron than getting the record, scoring 2 points in the fourth quarter, losing the game. He, look, man, it was pretty obvious, Reed. If you were watching that game, every time, it was like Kobe's last game almost. Every time down the floor, he was getting his touches. I mean, he was getting shots up. So much of that game was LeBron emptying the tank to break the record. And then after he broke the record, he went and sat on the bench for a long time, too. I mean, it was like, you could tell it was just emotionally draining. So that didn't surprise me at all. Kevin Boudreau. LeBron is the greatest overall player of all time. He can play every position on the floor. He's number 1 all-time scoring, top 5 in assists, 4 rings with 3 different teams, one of them being Cleveland. All of those things are true. But I could also say, like, I think Barry Sanders is the greatest running back of all time. He didn't hold the scoring record or the rushing record and never won a Super Bowl. I still think he's the greatest running back of all time. And part of that is longevity. Like, I don't think Frank Gore is a better running back than Barry Sanders, but he ran for more yards. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean they're not both fantastic. And I think LeBron is one of the best ever. But there's also asterisks. Like, couldn't win in Cleveland by himself, had to go to Miami and assemble a super team, which really caused sort of the degradation of star players in the NBA. The championship he won in Cleveland, I would say, is his one true championship. And then he goes and wins a summer camp title in the bubble with the Lakers. Come on. So the championships, I mean, they're what they are. You don't take them away from him, but I'll put it to you this way. The one title that Dirk won with the Mavericks, I think, are more impressive than any of the titles LeBron won. The one title Giannis has won with Milwaukee is more impressive than any of the titles LeBron's won. Let's see. Oh, it is 17. I gotta go. Okay. Gotta go. Y'all have an awesome day. LSU Daily is live. AFR at 3. Scone and Tea tonight from Oliver Twist. We hope to see y'all then. If you're on YouTube, please smash that like button. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. And we will see you for AFR at 3. Peace, y'all. Have a great day.